whatever you do to her, I'm gonna do to you.
Threats of other high-profile names being involved is what's got everyone talking.
I've got to smile, I've got to look the other way, I got to pretend he didn't say that, I got to pretend he didn't touch me. And so I think this is a watershed moment.
Hollywood's power players have mastered the art of the public facade, but cracks are starting to show. With Diddy's empire under siege, his star-studded inner circle is facing unprecedented scrutiny. Is there more to these high-profile connections than meets the eye? Get ready for a jaw-dropping look behind the curtain of fame's most powerful alliances. The glittering world of celebrity friendships isn't always what it seems. For years, we've seen Diddy, Oprah, and Steve Harvey rubbing elbows at red carpet events, flashing million-dollar smiles for the cameras. But now, as Diddy faces some seriously heavy legal drama, those picture-perfect relationships are under the microscope. And let me tell you, what we're seeing isn't pretty.
We have some breaking news out of New York, folks, where Sean Diddy Combs was back in federal court today.
This was Combs' first appearance before the new judge assigned to his case, and he had his 3 new attorneys with him.
All right.
Hey, Michael and Ashley. The main takeaways we got today was now we have a tentative trial date, May 5th, 2025. This was something that Sean Combs' defense was very adamant about. They did not want to waive his speedy trial rights, and so they are proceeding on a path towards May 5th, 2025 trial date. Also heard from the government saying that their investigation continues and that they may actually file a superseding indictment. And you know what that means, more potential charges. So it'll be really interesting to see what happens in the next couple of weeks as the exchange of discovery continues, as the investigation continues. This was a hearing really to just give the judge an update on, you know, where everyone is and the status of the exchange of evidence and something, you know, they were throwing out very large numbers about the amount of, you know, terabytes of evidence, you know, that were seized in 3 different searches of Holmes's homes of himself earlier this year. And so really it was just a status update on where things are and what other requests the parties have at this point.
Manuela, P. Diddy Combs, come on, everybody knows who that is. Tell us about that atmosphere. Yes, it's federal court. It's more formal, a lot of rules like no TV, no media in the courtroom. But having said that, who all was there? Who was watching? How did he react to his family? All of that.
Yes, I mean, this time, you know, he had 2 rows of family there. And in this case, last time, you know, at his bond hearings, his sons were present. This time, his daughters were present, as well as his mother. And there was just something a little more, he was excited, I guess, to see them. You know, last time, I think it was in the September bond hearings, it was just after he'd been arrested.
Think about it. How many times have we seen Diddy and Oprah cozying up at fancy galas? Or Diddy and Steve Harvey cracking jokes on talk shows? It's been a regular occurrence, right? But here's the million-dollar question. Are these friendships for real? Or is there something way more twisted going on behind the scenes?
And if you're gonna get dressed, you must have Groovy Lou there. Or don't get dressed, man. If you ain't got Groovy Lou, don't get... It's a free mama. You can have the pool. Happy birthday, girl. Young. Beautiful, inside and out, girl in the world. Love you guys. What's up, birthday girl? Birthday girl, birthday girl. You feeling yourself today? Put that Fiji water down, God damn it! Didn't I teach you about being brand loyal? Bill. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Happy birthday. Everybody wish Cass happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Was you breaking it down? You was about to break it down? Man, today's gonna be one of them days. Mark is hitting me, touching me up right now. You know, getting everything fresh. About to come down to the party. Rehab, if you ain't at rehab, you still got time. I know everybody can't get into the fight, so if you ain't going to the fight, come to rehab. Yeah, then we had Vanity tonight. Ringside at that fight. Representing New York. New York Fly Guys to the fullest. Ringside, New York Fly Guys to the fullest. Just me and my...
Let's break it down. Diddy's got this massive network of celeb pals, and it's not just for show. We're talking about a support system that could make or break him right now. With all the heat he's facing, having friends in high places could be his golden ticket out of trouble. But hold up. Are these friends really ride or die? Or are they just hanging on for the clout?
Cedric?
What I think is most important is that being that he is so famous, he doesn't really have time for himself. So I'm looking to give him a part of his life back where he actually relax and take some time to be with the family. Like that.
And I have said for years, if the is any good, you won't even know it's happened. You will be in it and you won't even know it's happened. And if they is any good, he or she is going to make you feel like you're a part of it.
Then you asked it, why you not a movie star? I didn't want to be a movie star. This the same Negro that hated on Bernie with this same thing. I didn't want to be a movie star. No, you couldn't be a movie star. There are 30,000 new scripts in Hollywood every year. Not one of them asks for a country bumpkin black dude that can't talk good over KB and look like Mr. Potato Head. There ain't none. You would have to have range. Played a lot of characters, 60 movie roles. I'm not playing Cat Williams in there.
I don't know, Cat. We might not let you drink anymore the way I mean, we ain't even got...
I'm not... You mean to tell me if Steve Harvey, your favorite comedian, you mean you've been waiting for him to do stand-up for 15 years now? Stop stand-up because he got in a comedy battle called the Championship of Stand-Up Comedy with one Cat Williams in Detroit in front of 10,000 people and lost because Cat Williams said he was actually bald and that was a wig.
Take Steve Harvey, for example. The guy's been tight with Diddy for years, but now that the legal storm's brewing, he's gone radio silent. Not a peep about his buddy's troubles. Is he trying to distance himself to save his own skin? Or is he secretly plotting his next move? The silence is deafening, and it's got people talking.
You, nephew, take that top card.
When I die, I want my last words to be, I did it.
They just, so you have, if you don't have what they need, they're gonna leave.
Right.
Gotta keep them there.
Right.
You need locks on the doors.
Okay, this is sounding kind of dangerous now.
Real quick in Hollywood, you never see back end. They got a different type of arithmetic. It's like the music industry. The only people that you make true back end with is book people. Book people are the most honest people I've ever done business with. Books, they're honest. Music and TV, you're not gonna get no back end partner. Hollywood is the land of illusion. Most of us, man, are not making what y'all think we making. We just not, man, because we in that system. And it's not that's cause you stupid or nothing, it's just you get caught up in the system. Hollywood is a system. They have an ingrained system out there, man. You come out here, you get an agent. Then a lot of them got a manager too. And then when you sign a contract with a Hollywood attorney, they 5% of your contract for the duration. So if you sign a 5-year deal, they get 5% of your money for 5 years. And everybody falls into that deal, man, because they lock you in. And then what's crazy, what I found out was, is not a lot of agents that's beating the bushes to procure you employment. They simply list you on their roster, and when somebody wants you, they go online and your name is under this agency's roster, and they call these people. Now, because they picked up the phone, now their ass is in for 10%. Now, when they come in for 10%, then you want to go do the deal, they pick up their phone and call their favorite lawyer, who is their boy.
And then there's Oprah, the queen of talk, the media mogul herself. She's been spotted with Diddy more times than we can count. But now that he's in hot water, will she stand by her man or cut and run? The whole situation's got us wondering if these celeb friendships are nothing more than smoke and mirrors.
So here's the big question. What's the real deal with Oprah and Diddy? Could it be that she was aware of his alleged misdeeds all along, playing the role of a victim advocate in the public while turning a blind eye to all the evil going on in the industry? Let's break this down.
A conspiracy theory surfaced online claiming that Oprah had been arrested in connection with an alleged trafficking ring and that her house had been raided.
Oprah's name is making the rounds on social media yet again, but this time it's not for her book club recommendations or empowering interviews. This time it's for something actually sinister, and fans online are wondering why Oprah's connection to Diddy and other powerful industry men is once again being pushed under the rug. Besides her apparent friendship with Diddy, Oprah was close with the likes of Harvey Weinstein and Russell Simmons.
Were that there are a lot of people in Hollywood. We're probably worried about which Diddy parties they were at and what was going on.
Diddy's reign is obviously over, but there's another billionaire that might go down with him. And it's not Jay-Z, but Oprah. There have been rumors for years about how Oprah is not what she seems, and that there's something sinister behind that loving mask. And this watershed moment might just be her end as well. She's been alleged to be a bully who isn't quite as nice as she tries to seem. For one, people were angry at her after an interview with the Olsen twins resurfaced, where she was seen acting very invasive and unsympathetic, especially considering they were just teenagers.
Yeah, you know, people are gonna write what they want to write. We try not to read the good or the bad because it just kind of comes with the territory. You know, either you're too fat, you're too skinny, and people are just gonna write what they
What size are you, by the way?
Size?
Yeah, I always like
I'm
to
really
know.
short.
You're not sure?
Girls, and you know.
That's so interesting. That is so interesting. I'm like obsessed with size, and you're like, I really don't know.
But here's where it gets really juicy. These Hollywood alliances aren't just about fancy parties and Instagram posts. Nah, they've got the power to sway public opinion big time. Think about it. If Oprah comes out swinging for Diddy, that could totally change how people see his case. It's like a get-out-of-jail-free card, celebrity style.
They want to know how we're going to do it, how the public is going to take him. Is the public going to let him back in? And the public is not. The public is already canceling him. I don't believe the industry has canceled him yet. All those people who went to those Diddy parties, not one of them had came out and denounced.
Haven't any of Diddy friends spoke up for him?
My man, listen here. All those ones, all the ones who made it to the Diddy party, to the after party, and to the hotel lobby, they not gonna ruin their brand. They not gonna say nothing. Man, I was watching the other day. Listen to me. They did that. They on Channel 2 News here in New York. Gayle King and Nate and that other guy, they were talking about. They showed him beating Cassie, and they showed him the apology and the whole 9 yards. All they said is that we have commentary about that, but we got to go to a commercial. They never came back and said nothing about it. I was like, yo, damn. They still got power like that? Somebody still like him like that? Because you know he was running with Oprah and them. He was running with that whole crew. Weinstein, Oprah, Epstein. He was running with that whole crew.
Obligation to let Oprah Winfrey know how I really felt. Now I want you to understand something too. See, this is why Me and Oprah Winfrey got a problem.
It's still there.
Until that woman says, let me apologize to you publicly, it'll be to the day I leave this earth. Because what you did was malicious, and it was intentional, and it was ugly.
If Oprah was watching this, what would you tell her?
I would say, Oprah Winfrey, you know what you need to do, and stop hiding behind what you call was negative comments, what you call, oh, I don't even deal with things like that, because what people are beginning to do is see you for who you are.
Let them know what you said.
But, okay, and she said, if you think I did something wrong, I want to apologize. And what my husband taught me a long time ago, an apology is not something that you think you need to give. If somebody else think you need to give it, it's what you feel. So she came off like Mother Earth that she is. If you think I did something wrong, no, Oprah, it ain't what I think. You did do something wrong. You maliciously, and you had full intentions of having my parents on your show and not saying anything to me. Was that for ratings?
It seemed like she exploited the situation.
Were you just exploiting me? There are some sisters in this business that are bout it. Regina King was there that night. Angela Bassett was there that night.
And it's not just Oprah and Steve. Diddy's got connections that run deep in the entertainment world. We're talking about heavy hitters like Jay-Z, who's been in Diddy's corner for decades. When you've got that kind of star power backing you up, it's like having a bulletproof vest against all the negative press.
This is a game we in. We in a fucking hustle. We in a grind. Everybody ain't 50 Cent. Everybody ain't Puff. Everybody ain't Jay-Z. You gotta stick with a nigga. Grind with a nigga. You gotta do your job. Whatever your record is, if I was a promo man, whatever record you give me, I'm gonna get played. Cause my tongue gonna move that quick. I'm gonna get the shit done whether niggas like it, love it, hate it, whatever. When you got a lot of cars, don't even drive no more. When you expected to win, they ain't surprised no more. Hold up. Stop. Wait. Reverse the tape. How much money can a nigga make in one place? How much dough can you hold in one state? How many hoes can a nigga really get? Go after the applause, after all the Soul Train Grammy Award. Things that I see. You know what it's like to be me. From here, when you felt you done it all, when what used to get you high don't get you high no more. When you got a lot of cars, don't even drive no more. When you expected to win, they ain't surprised no more. Hold up, stop, wait, reverse the tape. How much money can you nigga make in one place? How much dough can you hold in one state? How many hoes can the nigga really?
But here's the real kicker. These celeb friendships might actually have the power to influence legal outcomes. Yeah, you heard that right. It's not just about court of public opinion anymore. When you've got friends with deep pockets and even deeper connections, who knows what strings they could pull behind the scenes?
Sean Diddy Combs was back in a New York courtroom where he learned his sex trafficking and racketeering trial will begin in May. He's pleaded not guilty to all the charges. Lilia Luciano joins us now. Lilia, what more can you tell us about this case?
Hey there, Errol. Well, I'll tell you that yesterday in court, Sean Diddy Combs showed up smiling. His whole, well, not his whole family, his children, all of his children and his mother who traveled from Florida were there. Oftentimes he would turn around and look at them at the end of the hearing. He was blowing kisses at them and saying thank you. He was comforted by his attorneys. It was odd to see him smile so much. It seemed like he was optimistic, and many of us were wondering whether he would be bailed out. But there is still a bail appeal pending in his case after a judge had rejected a $50 million bail package. What you're seeing there are images of his children who showed up to support him. As you said, the trial is now set to begin in May. We expect that it's going to take longer than a month, as the prosecution said that they will take around 3 weeks just to lay out their case. What we heard from his attorneys also yesterday is, in part, what they're fighting is to get a gag order because they allege that some of the federal agents who were involved in the case had leaked information to the media. And what they're addressing specifically is that video that you might remember from a hotel room where he is seen attacking Cassie, his ex and singer. That piece of evidence is, of course, going to be crucial and something that everybody, I mean, the public has already laid their eyes on and that the prosecution considers is an essential piece of evidence. The defense is saying that because agents allegedly leaked this video to CNN, that there should be a gag order in place. The video is, of course, expected to be something that the jurors will see. But then the prosecution is saying, look, nobody in our prosecutorial team has leaked any information or spoken to the media. On the contrary, it is the defense's team that has been making very concerning statements to media, including an interview that the lead attorney, the defense attorney, made with TMZ, alleging that this case involves racism. And so both sides were yesterday agreeing there's going to be no communication with media. So that they are going to abide by the rules of the case, where they can't present any evidence to the public or make any kinds of statements like the ones that have been made. So yesterday was not so eventful in terms that he wasn't bailed, but we now have a date where the case will begin, the trial will begin, and that's May 5th. Errol?
Yeah, and that video was so key, Lilia, because if you remember during the Cassie lawsuit, Diddy denied he did anything. It was only after that video was released that he himself released a video saying, that's not me, that's a monster, I've changed. And so it was a real changing point in the public's perception. We really appreciate you walking us through that.
It's like a high-stakes game of chess, and we're all just watching from the sidelines. Every move these celebs make, every statement they give or don't give, it's all part of a bigger strategy. And let me tell you, the tension is so thick you could cut it with a knife.
I'm not going to talk about anything that I haven't said in court or in the papers. These are all great questions, but I'm just not going to get into it. So
can you speak about your concerns about the leak and the video? You have spoken about that before.
I did it in the court papers, and I'm just going to stick to the court papers.
At a status hearing last week, prosecutors, the defense attorneys, and the new judge overseeing this case, the Honorable Arun Subramanian, agreed to a trial date of May 5th, 2025. Now, obviously, that can change. For a variety of reasons, but it seems to me that the defense has been pushing for this early trial date. I mean, we were suggesting this trial wouldn't happen until the end of 2025, maybe even 2026.
So, what's really going on in Diddy's inner circle? Are these friendships built on solid ground, or are they crumbling under the weight of scandal? As the legal drama unfolds, we're seeing cracks in the foundation of Hollywood's most powerful alliances. And trust me, things are about to get messy.
How much he really benefited from that relationship. There's no doubt that Steve's career flourished during his time with Diddy, and people are sharing their thoughts on this whole situation. A person commented saying, it's too late now for Steve. Steve knows what was going on. If he had anything to do with this mess, he needs to be charged as well as everyone else that's involved in this mess. Another one wrote, can't live two lives, it will come out. Steve Harvey, there's a cell waiting for you. A third person added, Harvey, we aren't buying any more of your BS. Well, Diddy's legal troubles are heating up, and it looks like his once mighty empire is starting to fall apart. He's sitting behind the bars. What began as a few whispers has turned into a full-blown battle that could take down not just Diddy, but a bunch of people around him too. As more details come out, more people are stepping forward, and the list of accusations just keeps getting longer. Diddy's success used to seem untouchable, but now it feels like everything is closing in on him. And it's not just Diddy feeling the heat. Steve Harvey and a bunch of other celebs who were close to him are also under the microscope. The ongoing federal probe suggests we've only scratched the surface of what could be one of the biggest celebrity scandals in a long time.
Will Oprah stand by Diddy, risking her own reputation in the process? Is Steve Harvey plotting his escape from the fallout? And what about the rest of Diddy's star-studded squad? The coming weeks are going to be a wild ride, and we'll be here to spill all the tea.
I just teared up, and he looked at me and he said, you gonna be all right, man? He said, come on, man, you here now.
Yeah.
I said, no, man, I ain't never in my life thought I'd be here.
Yeah.
He said, but we here now.
Yeah.
We here now. You be all right.
Yeah.
Go on, take a tour, take a look around. I ain't want to leave. Because I know after he leave, I ain't going back. So.
Looking back at Steve Harvey, it's becoming obvious how he has struggled with Diddy's control over the years. He managed to keep up his public image, but now the truth is coming out. Steve's choice to finally speak up might be because he realized Diddy's hold on him was slipping and he had nothing left to lose. But was he just a victim of Diddy's manipulation, or did he benefit from being in Diddy's circle? That's a question that's going to hang over his career. Steve's reputation has definitely taken a hit, but is it beyond repair? His decision to work with the FBI might help him look better, showing he eventually did the right thing. But the fact that he stayed quiet for so long raises eyebrows. Could he have distanced himself from Diddy before things got out of hand? And if he could have, why didn't he? These are the questions people will keep asking as more details about Steve's involvement come out.
One thing's for sure. This scandal is pulling back the curtain on celebrity culture in a way we've never seen before. It's exposing the dark underbelly of fame, where friendships are currency and loyalty comes with a price tag. As Diddy's empire teeters on the brink, we're all left wondering, in Hollywood, is anyone really your friend?